Investigate TV. From the station that's on your side, News 12, first at 5, continues.
Well, if you live in Richmond County, you may have already gotten your property tax assessment in the mail in the last couple of days, and some homeowners here are fired up about it. As you can see here, people saying that theirs went up $49,000, others saying $50,000. She's saying that hers went up 46%. There are dozens of posts on Nextdoor with people shocked and frustrated by their numbers, and some people are saying that their assessments have risen as much as 48%, as we just showed you. Our News 12's Craig Allison is live in the newsroom now. So Craig, walk us through how some of these new spikes in that much, or how they have gone up in the past couple of years.
Well, that's right. Well, people are unfortunately seeing the aftermath of a COVID-impacted economy jolt back into recovery. For those wanting to sell, a great thing, but for those who have lived here for years, serious frustration. Tax Assessor's Office says a number of factors are at play with an economy that hasn't been stable since 2019 to 2020. Well, they also say in the past 3 to 4 years, they've been looking at more of the entire county's home values rather than piecemealing it by neighborhoods like it's been done in the previous decade before. Some people now seeing this dramatic 40 to 46% jump with their first post-COVID reassessment compared to the past few years. We caught up with Augusta homeowner Steve Gardner, who says where he normally sees a 7 or 8% increase in his reassessment, this year it's 42%.
We've owned the property for 10 years and never had any type of an increase of this amount. And I know the economy is supposed to be doing better and homeowners are excited about their homes being worth more, but that large of an increase seemed puzzling to me.
And all new on News 12 at 6 o'clock, we're digging deeper into this assessment increase wave with the Tax Assessor's Office and what people can look forward to down the road.
Okay, thanks for that, Craig. Yeah, you can definitely see here on Nextdoor a lot of people very upset with this. Some saying that they're going to reach out to lawyers to try to get some representation in all of this. A lot of people saying that they're going to try to appeal this. We'll keep you guys updated with more.
Well, the heat and humidity decay if you're heading towards Columbia County. Update on some hotter temps and those storm chances for you in just about 10 minutes.
Thanks, Riley. We now have the 911 calls from a deadly shooting from over the weekend in downtown Augusta. It's all happening late Saturday morning on Ellis Street. The suspect, 36-year-old Wrdw Sejour, died. Deputy Kenneth Mercer still in the hospital this evening. This is one of the first calls made to 911 alleging that Sejour was pointing a gun at a stranger.
I was walking out of my apartment, and there's a man at the corner of the street with a gun. He seems to have his mind. He's yelling at me, acting as if I had interacted with him before. I have not. He had a gun. He pointed it at me and said, "I'm not going to shoot you." And he said, "You were talking to him." It's kind of out of his mind things. I'd never seen this man in my life.
And coming up all new on News 12 at 6 o'clock, we have even more 911 calls to dig through, painting a better picture of what exactly happened over the weekend. Well, the fate of hundreds of middle school students rests in the hands of an inspector today. With less than 2 weeks until school starts, Highland Springs Middle School in North Augusta is set for an inspection to determine if the newly constructed building is ready for its students. The Aiken County School District says the reason why they're cutting it so close is because of bad weather and supplies were delayed. If the inspection goes poorly, the district has a plan to make sure all students are taken care of in the meantime. It includes splitting the students up to go to 3 separate locations while the school addresses any issues with the new building. Upperclassmen will go to Aiken Tech, where they will have their own wing on campus. That's about 6.5 miles away from Highland Springs. 6th graders will go to North Augusta Middle School, just more than 4.5 miles away. They'll have their own hallway separate for other students. And Paul Knox Middle School will host special needs students, also just more than 4.5 miles away. The Screven County Sheriff's Office is looking for this missing teen. They say 15-year-old Justin Torres could be in danger and ran away from home. He was last seen at around 8 last night at the Ziegler Loop area of Indian Trail and Rocky Ford Road. Justin may be wearing a pink shirt with black jogging pants and white Crocs. If you have seen him, please call the Sheriff's Office. Well, if you need a job, Richmond County Schools are hiring. Today, they held a job fair to get positions filled. Our Audrey Dickherber went to the job fair to see what positions they still have open.
The job search is on. Every position is important.
And so is the hiring process for Richmond County Schools.
We're trying to fill our last positions that we have left to fill.
They are hiring for all positions.
We still have some teaching positions, our bus drivers, our paraprofessionals, our custodians, our lunchroom positions. Those are the main ones today because schools open in just a few weeks.
But they really need to fill positions for
special education teachers and our bus drivers.
Right now, there are at least 100 open teacher positions. Compared to our reporting in January of 2020, they were anticipating 419 teaching positions needing to be replaced.
Our goal is to make sure that we're fully staffed by the end of the school year.
But that might be difficult since the percentage of people working has dropped. If the amount of people working today was the same as February 2020, there would be 1.95 million more people in the workforce. That's why events like this are important.
This helps tremendously. The word has gotten out.
Today, they were able to fill 8 positions out of the 215 listed on their website in just a few hours, and hope to hire more at their future job fairs. Audrey Deckerber, on your side.
Richmond County Schools says that they are going to try to have another fair before the start of the school year and to look out for updates if you are in need of a job. Well, the Eisenhower Army Medical Center has a new commanding general this week. Colonel James G. Paramore assumed command. The medical center said goodbye to Colonel Heidi Mon. She led the center through the pandemic and expanded patient capacity 3 separate times, receiving patients from across the region. Paramore takes over after commanding the Joint Medical Unit and the Joint Special Operations Command at Fort Liberty in North Carolina. Also new today, Fort Gordon tells us that the plan for a new logo for Post will just include changing the name on the seal. But yesterday we showed you the new logo for the Cyber Center. As far as the Fort Gordon logo, they say there have been talks to revamp it, but for now there are no active plans for that. Even if his historic run at Wimbledon has come to an end, a Georgia man is inspiring the next generation. We'll have more on that coming up next. Riley?
And we're looking at our July pattern to set up shop over the next several days. High heat, humidity, and the chance for a few afternoon storms. Update on the forecast for you just after the break.
Thanks, Riley. Georgia native's historic and unbelievable run at Wimbledon has come to an end. Chris Eubanks didn't go down without a fight in the quarterfinals against the number 3 seed. With this incredible run, Eubanks is inspiring a new generation of tennis players. Patrick Quinn has more.
Out here in South Fulton, these kids right now are training with Team Eubanks shirts on, and they know this is where his career started. Well before Wimbledon, it was South Fulton.
He comes from these courts, come from this city. You know, what else can you do? You gotta be proud of it.
Sam Kennedy is a coach for the South Atlanta Community Tennis Association.
Short ball, volley, overhead. Here we go.
A program that connects Southside teams to higher education through tennis. Kennedy used to train and coach Eubanks. Sam texted Chris before his first round at Wimbledon.
And I told him, I said, it's yours. Take it.
Eubanks got the message, and now Kennedy says his success across the pond is having major ripple effects here on the South Side.
The kids are just excited about tennis now, and because of Chris winning.
One of those watching is Cameron McIntosh Ross, who said as a black tennis player, Eubanks is raising the bar and rallying others like him to do the same.
Make us see that we can do it, and once we have that belief that we can, then you'll see more of us up there in the future.
Before Wimbledon, before Georgia Tech, Chris was a standout at Westlake High School in Atlanta.
What do you remember about him in high school?
Mostly just his personality. Bigger than life person, but the most humble person you will ever meet.
While a phenom in singles, Adams said even as a teen, Eubanks was focused on sharing the sport. We went into the archives and found an interview with Chris Eubanks at the Atlanta Open in 2017.
When I got to Westlake, we had a very good tennis program thanks to me and a few of my friends who came together. Due to our success, so many more people have grown and started to pay attention to tennis and maybe even grow a love for it.
Awesome stuff there in Atlanta today. The excitement was real. The Fulton County Board of Commissioners even pausing their meeting to watch the game. A big congratulations to Eubanks for making it to the Wimbledon quarterfinals there. A big summer sales like holidays like Amazon Prime Day can cost you more than you expect. Coming up on how to stay safe shopping online.
First Alert Radar, powered by Jim Hudson. First Alert Radar, powered by Jim Hudson Lexus Acura Infinity.
I'm Chip Lewis with Augusta Medicare Specialist. The Medicare enrollment process can be overwhelming. Let us take that burden off your shoulders. We're local and we're here to help. Don't wait till you're 65 to call. Are64.com.
Let me tell you what to do, and that's why we do it. If you're hurt, give us a call. All nines. All right, what do we got?
Looks like 64 yards to the pin. About 64 mile per hour winds.
Dude, there's no wind.
Hand me my 64-degree wedge.
What's it with you and 64?
Are you 64?
.com!
Shoppers are opening their wallets this week for summer sales at places like Walmart and Amazon, but while shoppers are taking advantage of discounts, someone else is taking advantage of those sales as well. Our consumer tech reporter Jamie Tucker explains smart shopping can save you money in more ways than one.
It wasn't that long ago where people didn't shop online because they were afraid they would be hacked. Well, times have changed. Now we think nothing of putting our credit card information on our phone and hitting buy now. But there are some risks. Scammers are hoping someone makes a mistake. Online crooks use a variety of tactics to trick you into handing over your credit card information. They'll use ads on social media imitating the websites of reputable companies. Don't trust any ads that offer insane prices at popular retailers. Their websites look identical. This is the real Vineyard Vines website. This is the fake one. Hard to tell the difference. Check the web address. If it ends in something other than .com, it's probably fake. Shopping on public Wi-Fi is risky. We're warned when we log on that those networks are unsecured, but a sale's a sale, right? Cyber criminals who know what they're doing can intercept usernames, passwords, even credit card numbers without you knowing it. When shopping in public, use your cellular provider's network instead of public Wi-Fi. And if you're using a laptop, turn on your phone's personal hotspot and connect to it. Use a VPN, a virtual private network, when you shop with a credit card online. Ignore the free apps. Those aren't always safe. And this one is super important. Do not use a debit card when shopping online. Debit cards are connected directly to your bank, and if the number is stolen, you may not get your money back. Use a credit card or PayPal that will protect your purchase. And this is important. Review your bank and credit card statements. That's What the Tech. I'm Jamie Tucker.
And Prime Day continues throughout today and ends at midnight. Well, Beyonce's Red Hot Renaissance World Tour has finally come to the U.S. after wrapping up its European leg. Tens of thousands of fans are set to pack into Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia tonight to see her. Tonight's concert is sold out, but fans can still get their hands on resale tickets through Ticketmaster. I'm kind of wondering, who are the biggest fans? Is it Taylor Swift fans or are they Beyonce fans? I guess we'll never know there. They both pack out stadiums like crazy. Well, for 1 week every summer, Peach Jam turns Augusta into the center of the high school basketball universe. News 12 Sports Director Dan Boot joins us now to highlight an Augusta native who made the most out of the experience playing in Peach Jam.
While attending Laney High School, Zep Jasper had the chance to play at Peach Jam, taking his chances of playing Division I ball to new heights. Now, the Laney Wildcat honed his craft for 3 seasons playing for the College of Charleston before transferring to Auburn. Jasper says his 2 years playing for the Tigers was even more special because he had the chance to hit the court alongside some of his teammates who were also from Georgia, including Augusta native Dylan Cardwell.
We felt like we all came from the same thing, came from the same household, and we had one goal. That one goal is to be number 1 in the country, win games, and make some noise. Because we all knew coming from Georgia, we all would be the underdogs. And the underdogs always have something to prove.
That underdog mentality helped Zep Jasper's dream of playing for a Power 5 school become a reality. Now he's giving back by helping young kids in Augusta discover their love for the game with a basketball camp taking place later this month.
All right, thanks for that, Dan. Remember, moving forward this week, we got temperatures seasonal in the mid-90s. Feel like temperatures up to 105 the next couple of days. Now look at that 7-day forecast just after the break.
A singer with a local A singer with a local tie is set to premiere a brand new music video on Friday. Take a listen to a snippet from Cody Webb's Peaches.
Peaches rolling around in the bed of my truck, got a house full of peaches, all because of that pretty thing working at the roadside stand. Got me stopping by every day thinking, oh man.
And you may recognize the shirt he's wearing. It's a Saluda County Sheriff's Office shirt, also featured in the music video Titan Farms and their famous Peaches. The music video debuts on Friday. Riley, not half bad. I'd listen to that.
I'd listen to it too.
I like
a
it.
little shout out to Saluda Sheriff's Department, looking good there in the uniforms.
That's pretty cool right there.
Hey, we got to check that song out. Looking pretty cool. And we are Peach Country, and the peach trees are baking in the sun this afternoon. Not much rain out there for them. You can see a live look over downtown Augusta, the Augusta Canal. A lot of blue skies, some of these puffy cumulus clouds around. Temperature is still at 90 here in Augusta. We've been able to get as high as around 93, 94 for most spots, so pretty hot out there. And First Alert Radar Network still not showing much rain for us. The sea breeze now working its way into Barnwell County, setting off those storms in Orangeburg, but just not really materializing for us here locally. So evening plans do look to stay dry. Temperatures are going to stay pretty warm, though. We're going to stay near 90 at least the next hour, falling into the 80s after sunset. And then late tonight, it looks like our overnight lows actually will stay in the low to mid 70s. So a warm start to our Thursday. Afternoon highs tomorrow going to be back at near 94 degrees, and there's going to be an opportunity for a few more of those isolated thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon. But it's really the heat, humidity, I think, is the big weather story. It will be in the danger zone. So if you're working outside, football practice, anything like that, make sure you are staying hydrated. Mid-90s through the weekend and even hotter next week.
Thanks, Riley. That's all the time we have, but stick with us. We have much more news, weather, and sports coming up after a short break on News 12 at 6 o'clock.